Hey everybody, this is Jennifer. I'm coming to you with a sales update video. The first item I have is a Betty Boop jean jacket. I picked this up at the Goodwill for $7.50. I put the back of the jacket as my first picture because the back of the jacket was much more interesting than the front. So even though normally you put the front, whatever is the most interesting photo, try to use that as your first photo. I had it for a little while, even though I thought it was a pretty cool item and I did have a lot of people interested in it. I wasn't willing to lower my price, and I think I had this at least 4 months, but I did get $44.99 for it, and the buyer paid $55.04 with shipping. Okay, this is a pair of women's LL Bean black leather ankle boots. I paid $4 for these at the Goodwill, and I picked them up in the summer. And just as it started going into fall, they sold for $22.50, and the buyer paid $31.20 with shipping. Okay, this is a Coldwater Creek. It's new at tags. It was $89 on the tag, which is one of the reasons I picked it up. I might have even picked this up used if it was a little better price, because it was so interesting. It had a paisley design. It was a gold color, and it had a rhinestone button on the front. I thought I had a close-up of it. Yeah, there you go. So it had that rhinestone button. Now remember, always, like, if you have a detail like that, definitely do a close-up of the detail. Not, don't just say it, do that close-up picture of it. I picked this up for $7.50 at the Goodwill. It sold for $35, and the buyer paid $43.65 with shipping. This was great. This was a woman's Woolrich coat. It was faux fur collar and faux fur cuff. And let me just show you the tag. There you go. And it was 90% wool. And I paid $5.75 because it was half off at the Goodwill. And it sold within 24 hours for $55.99. And the buyer paid $63.79 with shipping. So if you see, Woolrich is very good with the coats anyway, but with that faux fur trim, it kind of put it a little bit higher. Okay, this is a Overmyer ski sweater from the 80s, I presume, going by this design. This was only 50 cents at the Goodwill sale, so I decided to give it a try. I did have it for a while. I would say I had at least 5 months, but it did sell for $19.99, and the buyer paid $27.19 with shipping, and that's what the tag looks like. Okay, this was nothing special. This was another 50-cent item that I wanted to give a try. This one didn't work out like the Overmyer sweater did. I picked it up because it had that nautical design on the back. I had it for probably the same amount of time, and eventually I just lowered it to $5.99. And the buyer paid with shipping $9.95. This is the same thing. I think I picked these up all together. This was another 50-cent item. I picked this up at the Goodwill sale, 50 cents. Again, I had it for at least 5 months, and I lowered the price to $6.50. It did sell for that, and the buyer paid $13.70. But again, you're making $5 or $6 on 50 cents. Even though it was kind of a mistake to pick it up, you're still making a little bit of money. Okay, this is a pair of Bourne loafers. I picked these up at the Goodwill as well. They were $4, and the buyer paid $19.99, and with shipping paid $28.64. This was great. This was really interesting because when I was going to the Salvation Army, I was picking up so much stuff I couldn't keep up with it, and I keep finding these boxes that have stuff from a dollar sale from the Salvation Army. I picked this box up off the top shelf. I looked and it was filled with these dollar items, and what was interesting was probably about 50% of those items I wasn't interested in listing anymore, and I just sent it to a flea market. So it kind of showed me how much I've changed in like a year and a half. I've changed quite a bit on what I want to sell. This was in there though. This was great because it was new at tags, and it was from Tahari, and it was marked $188. So I did take a best offer for $24.99, and the buyer paid $32.19. Now, the sales were a little slow, and since I only paid $1, I was definitely willing to take that $25, but I definitely could have held out for more and probably gotten more, $35 or $40 for this item. Okay, I'll show you the tag. So there you go. So if you have a tag, definitely take that close-up picture of the tag as well. Okay, this is an Oscar de la Renta blazer. Nothing special. Oscar de la Renta, I wouldn't go looking for it, but this was cashmere. So if you're looking at the blazers and the sport coats, don't only be looking for the brand, be looking for the material that it's made of, because that's also very important. So since this was cashmere, I picked it up, and it was also only $4. So it took probably about 2 months to sell. It sold for $19.99, and the buyer paid $27.59 with shipping. Okay, this is a pair of Ferragamo shoes. I always pick these up. It's interesting because some of them get very good money, and others that I've picked up, basically they're very basic, so they're getting between $20 or $30. So usually the thrift stores where I go, they're never marked higher usually than $4 or $5 anyway. So I always pick them up because in my mind the worst I'm going to get is that $20. So I picked these up for $4, and they sold for $27.99. And the buyer paid $35.19 with shipping. Okay, this is a pair of Clark's booties. I only sold these for $16.99. It's the same thing. If sales are slow, I'm definitely willing to take a lower offer. You know, I can't keep a lot of stock in my apartment. But I would say you more will get like between $20 and $30 for the booties. Like the other shoes, the mules, it's more around $20 for me, because I do want to move them quicker. I'm not saying you can't get more. I'm saying if you want to move them fairly quickly, this is what I've seen. But I did take an offer for $16.99. I paid $5, and the buyer paid $29.74 with shipping. This is a pair of Gap jeans. They were new with tags. They were $5.50 at the Goodwill. The buyer purchased them for $17.99 and paid $25.19 with shipping. These are a pair of 501 Levi's. I paid $7. They were at the Salvation. Our Goodwill, all the jeans are $5.50 unless they're half off. But the Salvation Army marks according to what they think or they believe something is worth. So this was $7, and I sold them for $19.99, and the buyer paid $27.19 with shipping. I just wanted to try this. This was a promo CD, Southern Culture, and it was only 25 cents at a church sale. So I picked this up, and it didn't really work out. Eventually I lowered it to $4, and the buyer paid $7 with shipping. And these are really great. It's a Woolrich Sportsman chamois flannel shirt. Let me get the tag. If you see these, they do like really, really well, especially if they're this nice large size. This was only $4.50 at the Goodwill, and it sold for $30, and the buyer paid $37.20. So if you see these, definitely pick these up. They're great. It's not the first time I've sold this. Okay, that's the end for eBay. I have 2 sales from Etsy. The first one is basically they're like little rubber stamps for teachers from the 80s. And I put that quarter in there so they would get a better idea of the size of the stamp, and I showed both sides. So I thought they were really cute, and they were $2.99, and I'm glad I picked them up because they did sell for $19.99, and the buyer paid $24.35 with shipping. And the last item is a Dallas Cowboys black leather trifold wallet. I picked this up at the Goodwill for $2. And it sold for $12.99, and the buyer paid $14.85 for shipping. Okay, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and your sales are going great, and I will see you next time.